What's up, guys? The dust has cleared. A winner has been crowned, but I still would like to take this time to review Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Let's get it. Welcome back. I am Aaron. This is InCrowd Network. And as I mentioned, I am here to talk about Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. The dust has cleared, as I mentioned. A winner has been crowned, as I mentioned. But I do want to take this opportunity to talk about and give my opinion and review of the track Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Now, I'm choosing to review this track specifically because of what I think will be massive cultural impact. Now, if you think back to some of the biggest rap beefs of all time, one of the biggest that I can think about is Jay-Z and Nas. And to this day, Ether, which is considered to be the kill shot that was delivered to Jay-Z, that track is almost 24 years old. There are people that will watch this review that are not 24 years old. That track is older than a good portion of our society today, but it's still spoken about in rap beef, in rap disses, and rap history. And I think that Not Like Us, not just this track, I think the entire beef is going to be spoken about 20, 30, 40, 100 years into the future, well after we're gone and hip-hop continues to live on, maybe sounding even different than it does today. But I do think this track, Not Like Us, is going to have massive cultural impact and still going to be spoken about as a track that was even bigger than the beef itself, just because of what it has done. You cannot go anywhere and not hear the track. You can't sign into TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, if you're a hip hop fan and the algorithm knows that, without seeing the dances and hearing the reviews and hearing the reactions and all of these different things. This thing was on the news, for Christ's sake. I seen this covered by Forbes, by CNN, by Fox, by USA Today, by NPR. I mean, major news outlets that cover massive international news. We're talking about a beef between two of the biggest artists in the rap culture. So I think it's only fitting that we, the InCrowd boys, actually gives an input. And if you haven't seen the entire breakdown that was given by Styles and MVP and just the whole InCrowd crew here, please go ahead and check out that video. It is currently uploaded. We didn't exactly get at the very end of the beef, but there's some really good input there. Go check it out. I just want to talk about this specific track at the moment because you're seeing people dancing to this. There's compilations to this. It's being played everywhere. There's remixes to this. This track is really big. And I think it's the kill shot to the whole Drake-Kendrick thing. I mean, some of the lyrics in here, and I'm going to have to look away just so I could quote some of the lyrics. Kendrick did a really good job with this. I mean, just to see things like nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. He's talking about Tizo Touchdown. And if you know about Tizo, he released an album last year. I didn't really like it that much, but I don't know how this guy does it, but he's got nails everywhere. He's everywhere. From my understanding, he said he even sleeps with the nails. That's weird, but that's what he's talking about here. And what I really like too is that Kendrick was able to do something that no artist that has ever had a beef with Drake was able to do. He was able to out-rap him. He was able to outdo him numbers-wise, which is something that Drake holds, like, he heralds that. He loves that he's the biggest artist. I mean, even in his track, I believe it was in Push-Ups, he said, you're not catching up. Numbers-wise, we're out of here. You're not keeping up. Like, he was really talking his shit about the numbers thing, and Kendrick, every step of the way, has been able to outdo him in the numbers game. He was able to outdo him in terms of just fan fodder. People were siding with Kendrick quite a bit as the underdog because, let's face it, Drake is one of the top 3 artists in the world. We're not talking about hip-hop. We're not talking about the United States. We're talking about in the world. He is the top streamed, one of the top streamed artists outside of people like The Weeknd and Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny. Drake is up there. He's up there with those guys. So to have Kendrick, who is way at the bottom of that list, because let's face it, Kendrick does not make the consumable music that Drake makes. So to have a track like this, or multiple tracks, just come and outchart Drake at his own game while he was saying this is where you're not keeping up, you're not catching up, it's an even bigger slap to the face. I mean, come on, there are lines in here like that wop, 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 dot fuck him up, wop, 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 I'm gonna do my stuff. And what I like about this, it says here, why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Drake was doing quite a bit of trolling up until this song. I haven't seen any trolling from Drake, so clearly this hit home. And then it follows up with one of the most quotable lines in here, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. You know, you hear that everywhere. I mean, even the they not like us, they not like us. You hear that a lot. Kendrick dropped quite a few quotables in this entire thing, and that's another place that he out-Draked Drake at his own game. I mean, there are quite a few things that I keep hearing that came out of this rap beef from Kendrick, and they were all quotables. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more, you know, things like that. The whole thing when he was questioning his fatherhood. And I'm getting a little bit off track here because this is the track that I'm here to. But my point is that he was outdoing Drake in an area that Drake is known to really hold his own. No one is running around quoting Kendrick tracks. It's just he's not a quotable rap artist. But I can guarantee you constantly, if you're not using it yourself, you have constantly heard people say things like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's a Drake quotable. Drake has a lot of quotables that comes out of his music. And here it is. We had Kendrick outdoing him in something that we've traditionally known Drake to be the one to hold on to. I mean, come on, in the last beef with Nicki Minaj, in the last beef with Meek Mill, who was at the time dating Nicki Minaj, and he was on tour with him, on that back-to-back track, he said, is that a world tour or your girls tour? These are things that Drake is known for. And here, Kendrick is outdoing him. So I just want to say that all in all, this track, Not Like Us, is definitely going to go on for many years to come. It's going to be spoken about. So cultural impact is locked in. Virality is locked in because of all the dances and all of the remixes and all of the quotables that came out of it. Virality, he's out of here with this. Numbers wise, I'm hearing that this thing is going to debut possibly at number 1 on the Billboard chart, which is, again, he's out of here in regards to that. The beat, people love this beat. They're dancing to it. It's playing in clubs. It's really got that. It's a full package here in terms of song making quality. Everything you could want from a song, this song gives it to you. It's unfortunate he's talking about subject matters that are not really that lighthearted, because calling someone a kid toucher is really, that's not something that I think that you want to be, that's not something that you want to hear in a song. That's not something that, it should not inspire you to be happy. It should not inspire you to dance. But I think that Kendrick is really driving home a specific point with this. I think that he made it a bop because, again, he is kind of stabbing Drake a bit, because here it is that we have this heavy-handed topic and all people want to do is dance, which is kind of what Drake's music is. It's very consumable. People love it, which is the reason why he's so big. And they're dancing and they're bopping along and they're enjoying someone who might have questionable things going on in his life, but people don't care about that. They just want to hear good music. And that's what he did. He created a song. There's a lot of questionable subject matter here, but people are dancing and bopping and living life. It's on TikTok, cripping to it, all kinds of stuff. But it's like, hey, there's some serious subject matter being discussed here. So I think when Drake mentioned that he wanted triple and quadruple entendres from Kendrick, he gave it to him in multiple ways. And as a society, it kind of turns the mirror on us too, because, again, this is heavy-handed subject matter here. But with all of that said, I am here to review the track, which means that I'm going to give it a score. And on a scale from 1 to 10, which is what we use here at InCrowd for the reviews of music, I'm giving this track a 9. I was originally going to give it an 8, but I'm giving it a 9. I'm not giving it a 10 because of the subject matter. Had the subject matter been different, we're probably looking at a solid 10 here. Because once you hear that mustard on the beat and that beat starts, come on, you can't help it. You can't help but move. But it gives you everything. It gives you something to bop to. It gives you something to think about. It's really heavy-handed subject matters that are being discussed. It's got the cultural impact. It's got the virality. I mean, what more could you want from a track that this track does not give to you? It gives you everything. So we're coming in with a 9 on that, and I think that Kendrick did what he was supposed to do. He out-Draked Drake at his own game, and he did it on a diss track. Beautiful. Just this is hip hop. This is art in its peak form. So that's what I got for you. But that being said, I would be very happy to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Do you think I rated this too high? Did I rate it too low? Do you have input on the whole beef? Do you have input on the track itself? Go ahead, sound off in the comments section below. And like I said, we have an entire breakdown of the beef that was done by the entire InCrowd crew, myself excluded. I haven't been doing that well health-wise lately, but I'm bouncing back. Anyway, let us know, sound off. And please check out all of our content. We're on Twitter. Well, it's now X. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're all over. We're coming at you with content in various formats. I am Aaron. This was my review of Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.